welcome back into the Kramer Show. Joining me now is Charles Doherty, or also known as Pseudo Nakai. Charles, how you doing this evening?
I finally made it to the big time. I'm on the Kramer Jackman Show.
I guess you can say this is big time. I wouldn't personally say it, but I appreciate you do saying that,
Wow.
though.
Big fan, big fan.
Well, I'm glad we have at least one fan out there in the SFL community. But knowing that you are a running back, you're also a general manager of Vancouver as well. You play a lot of cards. You have a lot of cards in the hat, I should say. But when you first joined the league, what were your thoughts? Were you just kept an open mind joining this, or like what was going through your mind process?
When I first joined, I obviously I'm most like most people found it on YouTube, and I was in some sim football a long, long time ago, back when Front Page Sports had a product, which I don't know if many people in the league even know about it because it goes so far back. But I was involved in a league there. I had to give it up because of my job, and just recently I was able to get some free time and saw it on YouTube, and I didn't know what the heck to expect. I wanted to get involved as much as I could. I asked a lot of questions, found the right people to ask the questions to, and then got involved in stats, and that was a good way for me to immerse myself as much as I could at the time in the league.
So this is your second season in the league, correct?
It's actually third. No. I started out. I was an undrafted rookie.
There we go.
With Atlanta, I was Lee Pado as a cornerback, and I did it for. It's a great. I mean, Atlanta was great. Is great still, and I just didn't want to play cornerback, so I threw my hat in the ring as a rookie.
As a rookie running back, and you end up in Vancouver. And I'm just going with your last season stats, your rookie season stats. You only had 9 touchdowns and 1,299 yards. But
yeah,
that's going on in
something
this
to improve
season.
on.
Well, I mean, you improved a lot on with 8 touchdowns already, 624 yards. You are pretty much halfway to your rushing yards mark from last season, and you're killing it right now. So if you've been listening to the show, I know most of you have. I know you have too. I wouldn't say I have a man crush on Pseudo Nakai, but he is the best running back, I believe, in the SFL right now. So like, what is that? Knowing that I'm saying that, giving you that, what are your thoughts on you knowing that you were the best in there? You're the best in the business.
Well, I think it's early in the season. It's early in the season.
It's only 4 weeks, man. It's only 4 weeks.
Yeah. So I mean, it's how you finish, not how you start. I mean, there's monsters out there like Sandlin and Bentley and BDG, and been doing it a lot longer than me. I've just got this is my second season, so
you're staying humble.
Haven't really done anything yet.
I don't know, man. You're killing it. What was it? 2 weeks ago, you have about 15 yards per carry, and it just keeps happening that way. I mean, I know you guys beat Carolina this past week. So you guys are just keep on improving that way, and it seems like they're running the offense through you right now.
Well, I guess it's that one game with who was it? London. I didn't touch the ball until the second half. So, I mean, I guess the strength in Vancouver is on offense. We have a bunch of different weapons, and if you focus on one of them and we go to the other one, you could potentially get burned. So. You need to have a balanced attack against us.
Hey, I mean, you always have to have many weapons. I know Tom Pepper, if he doesn't get the right play call he wants, he'll change it up. He knows what he's doing out there. I like Tom Pepper a lot.
Yeah, he's great.
Do you see this as, I had this topic last week, of it being more of like a running back central focus, because we see all these running backs in the league that are getting above 100 yards. Like, it seems like it's a common now, at least every single week. Every single team has almost 100 rushing yards, or 30. It seems like that's pretty much if you're Alaska on the 30 yards mark. But not throw a jab out there to Doyle. But do you see this being as more of like a running backs, like you're going to see like more of a dominance throughout the rest of the season, or for seasons to come?
Well, I mean, I think you're going to have a mix. I mean, in this league, if you're too one-dimensional, you're gonna get burned. I mean. I think a lot of the in my case, I can't say I've seen every game to be able to comment on if it's a becoming a running back centric league. But in my case, um, they focused on our wide receivers and tight ends. Like I said before, they're very dangerous. And that
Mm-hmm.
in that one particular game against London, they started running me off tackle, and they didn't have anything for it. And the stats showed accordingly. So I mean, they're trying to if you shut down. I guess the lesson is you try and shut down one element, and you don't have the other area covered, you're gonna get killed.
I mean, it's true. That's what we see all the time in Denver, but it seems like we're getting killed a lot more often this time rather than the other on offense side. So with the name Pseudo Nakai, what did your mind process this of like, okay, this is what I want my running back's name to be?
Well, I've used Nakai before in online gaming stuff like that that had nothing to do with sports, but it's basically initials of people in my family.
Okay, I like that. I just keep it as a
Yeah,
family
so
based like system. I
kind of
see.
sounds a little Asian, sounds kind of cool.
Hey, no, it's definitely one of the names that sticks out in the league. Kind of like if you, I'm trying to think of like BDG. I mean, that's a perfect name right
Right.
there because it sticks out. And that one
Yeah,
obviously.
I love that name, BDG Hollywood.
Oh
That
my.
being on his team for each season.
Hey, so you kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna stand out with my name, and it's a hell of a name. I like it.
Yeah.
So you go from being a running back. Well, no, of course you join in. You're corner now, running back. Now you're a GM. You're also up in the booth with Cam. What's it like? Pretty much calling
Defensive
games.
coordinator
Yeah,
too.
defensive
You got
coordinator. Yeah, I cannot keep you shy away from that. But you also go to the booth on Sunday nights, which I feel like Sunday night SFL games are always the best ones because it's always good hearing you and Cam in there. So it's like, what is it like calling the games?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, doing it with Cam. I actually answered this question on Ashley Jackson's podcast. I'm fortunate enough to live literally a mile away from Cam,
That's nice.
so I don't, I'm blessed to be able to call games with him, but I don't think it has anything to do with my ability. It's geographic, convenience, and it just sitting with him. I mean, it's kind of hard not to sound good because he's such a professional and he, tees things up really well, and it's outstanding. It's an outstanding opportunity for me, and I something I wanted to try coming into the league when I learned about it, and it's the absolutely best scenario for me.
So when you realized that Cam was literally like right down your street, were you like shocked? Like, oh crap, this guy's just literally like a block away from me right now.
Yeah, that's a funny story because he literally, when I introduced myself on Discord, he literally called me in 5 minutes, um, and introduced himself, and we started talking, and he said he saw my yeah, actually he asked for my number, and he saw the area code, and he's like, where I'm in the same area code where you live, and found out we're so close, and we've talked a lot, and we've actually every now and then on socially we go out and do things, but not
That's sweet.
so it was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's awesome. So it's. I think the closest person to me is junior, senior, the third, and we have yet to pretty much like I guess do anything. Because I mean, we both live in Kansas City, so I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
I mean,
that's a
I
cool town. I like Kansas City.
Kansas City's good barbecue. I enjoy it. It was nice when, that's the thing too. It was funny. Sorry to go off topic a little bit. When Jeremy and Jared drove through town to head to Branson, they wanted to eat some barbecue, and so they picked probably the worst barbecue joint in Kansas City to eat at, and I think they've ruined their barbecue eating taste, which sucks.
I had some of my. I don't remember the name of the place, but it was literally in a gas station.
Oh, that's Joe's. That's Joe's.
Oh
I
man.
literally live about I think it's like a 15-minute drive. It's nice.
Mm,
It's easy. It's
you're a
easy.
lucky man.
All right, now going back on topic. So for the new people joining the SFL right now, we have the SFL minor leagues that's going to be coming soon in April. So what is it that you suggest, or you might want to give some advice to the new people coming in, like what they should do, how should they reach out, like all the above? Like what's some advice you'd give them?
Wow. What I did, which I guess it didn't really matter if there was an amateur league in or not, but I figured out or learned as much as I could about the teams. I went back and I looked at YouTube videos. Simple things like I like the uniform, I like the play calling they do, the type of offense, type of defense, and I look online and I see the people who are tagged to a particular team. I learned about who they were and what the locker room would be like, and I also reached out to Andy, and had a lot of discussion with him. And from my standpoint, what I wanted to do was, I kind of turned it around the other way. I wanted to find the team I wanted to play for and go for them. I had a list of maybe 2 or 3 teams. I narrowed it down from 21 at the time down to 3. And obviously Vancouver was actually, they were number 1. And it didn't work out obviously for the other 2, but if you're going to get the most out of this league, it's always good to find the right fit. And that process, that's the process I went through. I'm sure there's probably other ways to do it, but learn as much as you can about the team and find the fit. And to be honest, it's kind of funny. A lot of people come in saying, "Hey, I want to be a quarterback," or what's another hard, even a running back. I guess those are positions that are hard they don't open up very often. From my standpoint, I think the focus should be on the team first, the team that you really want to be a part of. And the other thing, like position, I don't think is as important. I mean, it's easy for me to say because now I'm a running back, but if I had to do it all over again and Andy said, "Hey, I can't draft you as a running back, you're going to have to play, whatever," I'd probably be on the Vancouver Legion this season.
Nice, sweet. That's awesome. You got to have an open mindset of joining the SFL, it seems like.
Well, I mean, because you're putting a lot of time. Well, me in particular. I mean, you can always get in the league and just do your progressions and watch the games and
Right.
chat in the locker room. But I'm not wired that way. I try to get involved as much as possible, and if I'm going to do that, I want to be involved with people that I think are like-minded. Not necessarily like-minded, but focused on
the task in hand.
The task at hand and allowing people to learn and respectful of one another. And I'm not saying that's not an indictment against the league. I think everyone's great, but I just wanted to find the place where I clicked, and I thought, and I still do feel like it's Vancouver.
No, you're clicking all over the place, man. I appreciate you coming on the show and talking a little bit.
Oh, it's great. Again, I feel like I've made it in the big time.
Big times right now. I'm doing big time things on the field and off the field. This was Charles Doherty, or Pseudo Nakai, who is the GM. He's a running back. He's a defensive coordinator. Joining here on the Kramer Show. We'll be right back and have more coming up next.